Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Eindhoven. We took a short FlixBus here from Luxembourg to Eindhoven, and we didn't film it. Mostly because we filmed so many FlixBus rides this year that we really just wanted to focus on the city of Eindhoven, and we're going to show you that today.
Before arriving here in Eindhoven, we really didn't have any idea of what to expect other than the fact that PSV, which is a major football club, is based here. But after doing a little bit of research, I realized that this video is going to be definitely a lot different from all the other places that we visited. Eindhoven Netherlands is very, very modern, but that just gives us a chance to see and experience a different side of what a European city can be.
But one thing Eindhoven does have, just like every other European city, is a great coffee shop. So let's go. Our first stop today is at a place called LUCIFER Coffee Roasters. This place is locally owned and operated with a few different locations in town, but this place is in the Kleinburg area, which is apparently the cutest part of town. So, I'm very excited to explore, and we're going to get these coffees to go so that we can explore some more. We got two Americanos, Troy got his iced, and I got mine hot. But now we're gonna head into the center of the city.
Another great area to walk around is the city center of Eindhoven. Now, from what we've seen and read, Eindhoven doesn't have like the traditional city center, old town that you would normally associate with European cities, but it does have a big, beautiful church as well as some beautiful buildings around it. So it makes for the perfect area to just kind of mosey around and enjoy a cup of coffee.
I don't know that I can even walk over there without getting them.
They smell insane.
Yeah. And they're warm. Well, we didn't expect that, but I'm incredibly happy it happened.
Speaking of that big, beautiful church, here it is. It's St. Catherine's Cathedral, and it sits in the heart of Eindhoven. This church was finished only in 1867, which is definitely newer by European standards, but it's built in that neo-Gothic style that makes it feel older. The two towers are designed differently from one another. There are bells here. They go off a lot. The two towers are designed differently from one another, and they did this with the idea of them representing the two sexes of male and female, naming them David Tower and Mary Tower. The church took on serious damage during the Second World War, but was restored following the war's conclusion into what it is now. Downtown Eindhoven is very beautiful, but there's also a little area about a 25-minute walk away called STRIJP-S that is also one of the hippest areas of town, I believe. We're gonna head that way. We're gonna see what it's about. As I mentioned at the top of the video, PSV Eindhoven is a major football club here in the Netherlands and one of the bigger clubs in the Eredivisie. They also beat Arsenal 2-0 2 nights ago in the Europa League, so I have such a soft spot for PSV now.
All right, we've seen some of downtown Eindhoven and we'll be back there later tonight, but for now we're heading to a place called STRIJP-S. This area was a really big industrial part of the town and now it's been transformed into an artsy, cool kind of neighborhood. There's a lot of cool things to see here and we probably would have come to this area regardless, but we're here for one specific reason, thanks to our lovely Airbnb host. She gave us tickets to Dutch Design Week, which happens every year here in Eindhoven and it's one of the biggest design events here in Europe. We don't totally know what to expect, but we found a few that we want to go to, so we're gonna take you along with us to show you what you should expect. So I guess this is a mirror that is created out of water and soap. So it's starting now. That's very cool. This is like borderline overwhelming. There's so much to see and it's all very interactive here. I think the craziest part is this is just the STRIJP-S area. There's a bunch of different spots around town that have different exhibits that you can see. Okay, normally we wait until after dinner for ice cream, but there's a tasting room here in STRIJP-S that we won't be able to come back to, and we really couldn't pass up visiting. INTELLIGENTIA Taste Rooms is considered to have some of the best ice cream in Europe, and it has a ton of different and interesting flavors to choose from. I have no idea what this is called, but it's basically like yogurt, raspberry with cookie crumbles, but it's really good. Wanna try it?
Oh, that's delicious. STRIJP-S is definitely one of the hip, trendy places, as we've said a few times already. And there are a lot of things to see and do here in this area, especially with Dutch Design Week taking place right now. But we've only got one more stop before we head back into town, and it's a little edgy little spot.
He almost hit his head on the ceiling.
This is by no means a must-do in Eindhoven or even in STRIJP-S, but it's fun to come and watch this. This is kind of fun, isn't it?
So cool.
You gonna drop in?
I could never do any of this. Like, I would break every bone in my body.
STRIJP-S is definitely a cool area, but we are headed back to the center of town because our last 3 or 4 stops, they're all in the center of the city. So heading back to the city center of Eindhoven. Here in Eindhoven, the bike lanes and the pedestrian walking zones are almost as wide as the main street roads for vehicles. So a lot of people ride their bikes. It's not just Amsterdam. Be careful of the bike lanes because you're gonna get run over. Another thing that you can do here that we haven't explicitly mentioned and we're not doing today because we don't have it in our budget is the Philips Museum. If you know the Philips company, the electronic manufacturing power type company, they're based out of here and they're from Eindhoven. So there's a really cool museum called the Philips Museum, which takes you back in time through all of the things that they created. It might feel like a blast from the past.
Long story short, we had to change bars.
So we're Drinkers Pub here in Eindhoven, and the Chelsea match is not going ideal. We're currently losing 3-1 with 65 minutes into the game against Brighton. That's okay. We're drinking good beer. Bartender has been awesome. He gave us a shot earlier, and he said that he was going to bring us something that's traditional Dutch in a little bit. So
The small ones?
Small ones.
This one normally with mayonnaise, curry and onions, but just mayonnaise is enough.
there's no onions in it?
No.
Oh, perfect, because I hate onions.
Yeah, okay. It's like all the leftovers from any animal. It's
Really?
leftovers, yeah.
Okay.
Beef balls.
Beef balls.
Beef balls. Bitterballen. We call it bitterballen.
Oh, they're warm. They're warm.
Yeah, they're warm.
I'll give them just a second. That's awesome. If I lived in Eindhoven, this would be my bar. The mustard makes it, and I don't even like mustard, but the mustard definitely adds a lot of flavor to it.
It's like a Hot Pocket. Like a mini
nice.
Hot Pocket.
Yeah, it's
I feel
mayo.
like it would be good with mustard too, though.
Try it with the mustard. You're more of a mustard fan than mayo anyways.
But the mustard is really good. I think I almost just got ran over by a bike.
You might have. Well, Chelsea got absolutely dusted 4-1 by Brighton. So we're gonna go eat and drink our feelings because that's what we do in this family. As Hannah and I are building this family and this culture that we have on our YouTube channel and our personal lives, we have decided that when bad things happen, we capitulate with the team. We're gonna go find a food market because supposedly Eindhoven has a really huge downtown market with like 21 vendors. So it took us a second to find a seat, but we finally found a table that is completely open. We were at a place called Downtown Gourmet Market, which reminds me a lot of the Baltic Market when we were in Liverpool. If you haven't seen that vlog, go back and watch our Liverpool vlog. That's honestly one of my favorites that we've done this year. We're gonna sample some cuisines from different places around the world, or we might just get American food. I really don't know what we're gonna get, but either way, it's gonna be delicious.
That looks so good. Oh my gosh.
So I got the Legend at a place called Mino's Kitchen, which is a Greek street food place, and then I also got fries from another place that should be delivered here pretty soon. And then Hannah, what'd you get?
I got the sharing tacos with chips and guacamole, and they're all different varieties, so I figured like if Trey wanted to try one and I wanted to try a bit of his fries, or if you want, I'm just saying we're a sharing family.
She just automatically assumes that I'm just gonna be willing to give up some of my euro. I don't know what it is.
We didn't end up ordering any more food because honestly this was way too much, and we still have one more stop to show you guys.
And we love a good local beer, and there's a place called 100 Watt Brewery here that's really popular. As a matter of fact, it was rated the #1 brewery in the Netherlands in 2020, so we have really high hopes.
I got one of the Belgian lagers, but Trey got one of the local IPAs. Trey, how have you enjoyed Eindhoven?
I've really enjoyed Eindhoven. It's very different from every other city that we've been to this year. I don't think that's a bad thing. But in any case, one place that's not super modern is Krakow, Poland.
Without a doubt, the main.
And we fly there in 2 days. We're closing in on country number 28, and we're gonna take it along with us. It's gonna be cool. See ya.
I'm gonna just take a bite real.